Hello, how are you today? It's a good day to talk about life and the decisions we make and what ads call taking chances. Now, it's very interesting that the decisions we make and the choices that we choose to make really affect how our life rolls out. So try to imagine yourself when you were young, probably going into primary school. The decisions you made, whether you sleep or study, that got you to your high school. And then that decision to say, you know what, I want to continue with my education. So whether you're in a college, in a tertiary institution, or in a university, you had to make a choice to get there. And so today we really want to have that conversation around how is it that we get to the next level? What does it take to just make that decision to be better, to do better? And with me in studio, I have two guests, students right here at Strathmore University, pursuing two different courses, but united by one thing, that they're very, very passionate about, number one, community service, but also serving others. And today we really just want to have a conversation to see how, what we do and how we do it affects the outcome of what becomes. So with me, I have Ayden and Maeva. Karibuni sana.
Hello.
You're welcome. So, why I said Karibuni sana, that's you're welcome. And Ayden happens to come from Cameroon. And Maeva happens to come from Rwanda. So it's very exciting to have this conversation with an African outlook right here in studio. Ayden, welcome.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Ayden Demanou. I am a Cameroonian, a student in Strathmore. I pursue a degree in statistics and data science at Strathmore University. Look forward to have a very insightful session and podcast with you all.
Thank you so much, Ayden. Now I want us to come back to East Africa. Maeva, you're welcome here.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me today. So my name is Maeva Ishimwe. I'm an international student from Rwanda, currently studying at Strathmore University. I am currently pursuing a Bachelor of Arts in International Studies. And international studies is literally everything: diplomacy, foreign policy, understanding how the world works and why we do everything we do, because it's almost at the center of most things, why we live economically, politically, socially. So yes, that's a bit about everything and how interested I am in everything that I'm currently pursuing. And yes, that's pretty much it.
Now I want to come back to you, Ayden, and you talked about data science. Tell us more. Why did you select data science?
Okay, I would say 2 years down the line, I had no clue of what data science was. But one thing I was passionate about, it was solving problems. It was giving solutions to whichever problems comes to us. So I had that passion for maths, and together with computing, and then with a lot of sessions, with a lot of advices, I got to know more about data science. And then I found that data science, it's not just about having data to solve problem, but it's more of, how will I say, it's being able to make data useful to you as a CEO, as a manager, as an owner, because in our real world, we have data, and without good information about that data, we can't yield more insights, we can't make good decisions. So that's why I chose data science, because it's data combined with my computing knowledge that forms it all.
Now I'll come to you, Maeva. When you hear the phrase take a chance, what does it mean to you personally?
That's very deep, but the first thing that comes to mind is probably choosing courage over comfort, getting out of your comfort zone, and betting on yourself to know that if you don't do it, then no one else will do it. It's more of stepping into spaces where you don't feel like you fully belong, but knowing that because of who you are and what you believe you can do, then you're able to do it. And I feel like we really, as young adults, really need to take the chance and do what we think is competitive or impossible to really get into where we want to be. Yes.
All right. Coming back to you, Ayden, just looking at your journey, I believe you've been able to take chances. So maybe you could share with us, what does taking a chance mean to you?
Okay, for me personally, taking a chance, the phrase, take a chance, I would say it's doing something that scares you and that will make you grow if you take that step. Because from my journey, okay, I would say coming to Strathmore, I was in Cameroon, I was a student. And then one day I saw a poster on about Strathmore, an open day. I never thought about Strathmore, about Kenya. I had very little knowledge about that. So I just took that chance and then I say, let me just go into it. I was really confused. Why Strathmore? Why will I go in for it? Yeah, but I said, let me just dive in and then I will just bear the consequences, be it positively or negatively. Yeah.
Wow. And I'll be coming back to that story shortly, but I'd also like to hear from you, Maeva. Now, I want to come back to you, Maeva, and just acknowledging the fact that even for you, you've been able to take that step that worked out or did work out, because really, it's, we talked about courage. So having courage means it can either turn out well or not as well as we expected. So do you have any experience that has shaped your journey in that way?
Yes, definitely. Allow me to say the one that actually turned out well. So when I finished high school, my parents really wanted me to pursue a course in medicine. Something to do with like the medical field, either being a doctor, a nurse, something like that. So they actually enrolled me in a nursing school and I started doing nursing. I did it for like a year, but it was not my calling. You could feel it. I could just feel it in me that it's not where I belong. But I kept on pushing and saying that I'm doing this for them, but you get tired at some point. And being a firstborn daughter in an African household, you have that urge to always be perfect, to show up for your siblings and show them that you're always the perfect one, to do good things so that they follow your footsteps. You're always feeling pressured and all that. So I knew that I wanted to do something with politics. I am drawn to it. I'm not used to somewhere where I'm just quiet like a nurse, where I just sit and observe and take blood and sit down. No, I want people to hear my voice. I want to fight for what I think is right. I want to fight to make people's voices be heard. And one day I just said, nope, I cannot do this. I sat down with my dad and my mom and I just told them, I cannot do this. I am dropping out and you'll have to enroll me in Strathmore. I want to go do international studies. They were like, no, you cannot be serious. Like the problem is not even school fees or anything. And you just go. I was like, yes. It was a very difficult conversation, but I did it. I took a chance and I told them, I'm gonna do it. And they supported my dream after long, lengthy conversations, of course. But at the end of the day, I came up with something that I wanted to do. I let them know. I took the chance. I was very scared because now I knew they wouldn't agree, but they did agree after seeing how confident I was in what I wanted to do, how I was seeing my future and exactly what I wanted for my future. And they appreciated that. So that's the chance I took. That if I wouldn't have taken it, I'd be doing something that doesn't make me happy, but makes them happy, but I wouldn't be doing it with a passion. So I feel like that's a taking chance story, no?
Wow. I mean, talk about taking a chance. Oh, wow. That's quite a story.
Yes.
And thank you so much for sharing that, because right here we see thousands of miles away in Cameroon, coming all the way to Kenya. Okay, take us through this. I mean, in terms of, number one, had you been to Kenya before?
No, I haven't.
So you're coming to Kenya for the first time for study?
Yes.
And so you just sat down, you heard about Strathmore, and you were like, I want to do this, and I'm going to a completely new country where I haven't been before, to follow my vision, to follow my passion. Wow. I hope, I'm very curious to our listeners just to know, what's the greatest chance that you've taken? Because for me, that feels like, that's quite a step. So I want to come back to you, Ayden, and really just share with us, because I'm very happy and genuinely I appreciate you. We were just talking in the background and Ayden was telling me, I have a voice, I want to use it. This is my first time coming to a podcast. And I'm really just appreciating the fact that, she had the courage to come on and share her story on a global platform. So I'd like, I just want us to take us through, because genuinely, that is one of the key things that young people really struggle with. Making, I would call it, life-altering decisions. So just take us through your thought process and what are some of those guiding factors that can help you make the right choice?
Okay. Firstly, to begin with, I was a student. I was a university student in my home country, but I barely wanted to continue as though, because firstly, I had a background in English. So I did my high school primary in English in an Anglophone area. And then switching off, then it was now in a French university, because Cameroon, I found it very difficult for me to get a good English school doing data science in Cameroon. So I just first I first went to the university, to the public university. And then one day I saw Strathmore. I did my personal research about it. I went to all the platforms where Strathmore can be, X, TikTok, Face, everywhere. And then I could realize this is the place to be. This is my place to be. And then they have my course. I have been looking for a university that suits that need, like that bridge, that gap. Yeah. And then it was really, I thought about it for close to 2-3 months. And then I drew my parents' attention, and it was also not very easy from their end. But what made them say the final yes was at home in my country. Yeah, we did a kind of open day conference, and then from there, Strathmore usually does this mathematics contest. Yeah, and then so from there I got a scholarship. Then that was the breakthrough. The parents just say, you went for it, you have been searching for it, now here it is. I can't deny you, so just go for it. We'll be there to support you. Whatever the case, just go for it. Yeah.
I love that. And just coming back to Maeva, and you guys really have taken the chance, literally. So coming back to you, Maeva, the question I have for you is, what advice would you give a young person who wants to try something new? So it could be moving thousands of miles to a new country to pursue your passion, or it could be starting business. In the most recent podcast before this, we were talking about leadership. It could be grabbing that leadership opportunity, or just, applying for a scholarship. So what would be your advice to that young person who's afraid of failing?
I think number one is, it's okay to be scared, and it's okay to have that fear and be fearful, but don't let it stop you. Because if you could ask anyone in the world that decided to take such a big risk, like what Ayden did here, she was scared, but it doesn't have to stop you. And you will never regret trying. That is something that I have seen, and I can talk from experience. You will never regret trying, but you might regret not trying. You might regret never knowing what it could have been if you had tried. And instead, you can try and fail and know that at least you tried, rather than now sitting and thinking, oh my God, what if it could have... That feeling kills you even way more. So it's okay to be scared, but don't let it stop you. And always take the first step, apply and register and reach out. Do that thing that is constantly on your mind. Just try it. If it doesn't work out, then okay. If it does, then you had tried and it actually became a reality. So I feel like that is the advice. It's okay to be scared. Start scared. I mean, we all have done it, but at the end of the day, it's really rewarding knowing that you're so scared to do something and you actually landed it. It's so fulfilling. So fulfilling. Yes.
Now, I like that. But one of the key things that always comes out is that your environment influences how you react.
Yes.
So probably I'd ask this question. Do you have people in your family? It could be a mentor or a friend or family. People in your life, who have encouraged you to take bold steps, Is it a decision you made on your own? Because it's also okay to be your own cheerleader, but probably are there those individuals in your life who played a very critical role in the decisions that you were able to make?
Yes, I would say definitely. And that individual, for me, it's my dad. Not to be bragging, I have an incredible dad. I have an incredible dad because above all, I am the second born in my family of 6. And he really did not wanted me to leave the home that very early stage. And being too young, going out there, you don't know what you're going to expect. You just have to go. So he had me behind, always giving me the advice, always being there. Whenever I had an issue, he always showed up. And one scenario, I was here in Kenya, I got conned, and then I couldn't, it was the last idea just to talk to anyone else. So when I called my dad, I was waiting for a tons of, they call you and say, no, what happened? But he was like, it's okay, my dear. It happens. I should have been expecting this. So don't worry. Just learn from it and then don't do it the next time. So just learn from it, and then the next time you take the necessary conditions or the necessary ways not to have it more.
I love that. Thank you so much for that. Maeva, the impact of influences in your life when making the decisions. Talk to us about that.
Well, definitely there are a lot of people around that do influence every step I take in life, and who are always constantly there and watching me and encouraging me. And I feel like it's also my dad.
Happily.
I was expecting maybe we could have like a diversity, but no. I mean, what's with girls and their dads?
You know what? It's about the story.
It's about the story, yes. But yes, my dad's, so I'm a firstborn, and what can I say? My dad is my best friend. He's my mentor. He's the brother I never had. He's the uncle. He's the he's everything in one person, in one body. So so he's also in the field that I'm trying to pursue. So I'll come back home one day and I have assignments. I don't know where to start. And he'll be like, okay, can I help? And then I tell him about maybe what I'm supposed to do, and he'll sit down and explain to me point after point after point. And it helps that he's also doing what I'm doing. Okay, he's an expert in what I'm trying to pursue, so he understands world politics. He will sit down and tell me this and this is how he will analyze for me like a technical person. And not only that, even in normal life circumstances, we're university students, we go through a lot, if you know what I mean. So he will sit down and tell me, I know you're getting to an age that ABCD is happening. I need you to be careful. I need you to do this. If this happens, you should be able to do this. And he creates that very open setting to me to be able to go and talk to him about anything and everything, which I really appreciate, because I constantly seeing a lot of fathers that are not really present in their children's and especially daughters' lives, and they tend to be more close to their sons or something. So if your father is close to you, give yourself a heads up, because there are many people that don't have that. They don't get to experience that. So yes,
I really appreciate that. And thank you so much, because I really want to appreciate the heartiness of this conversation. We're talking about taking chances, and I'm really honored to have hosted both of you, because you've really made those big decisions, and I think that's what it's all about.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, we're telling anyone who's listening, it's okay. Like, go for it. Make that big decision. You never know how it turns out.
Yes.
So I'd like to know. So we're coming to the end of this with the encyclopedia. But what is your parting shot? That person listening on the other side, and they're thinking, I want to cross the ocean, to pursue an opportunity. They're thinking, I'm already in this, but I could probably change it. What's your parting shot to them?
So what I would like, if everyone who's listening, what I'd like them to probably take away from this podcast is, speak up. what we're talking about today is taking chances and being able to just come out of your comfort zone. Take that chance, send that email, go up to that person you think they look good, tell them they look good today, tell them they smell good today, go make that friend, go talk to that mentor, go talk to that person you're so scared of. If it's a scholarship you want to apply for it. If it's that mentor you want to talk to, go to them. So many of us are so silent to be wrong, to sound wrong, to do the wrong things, but why are we not confident enough to do the right thing? I mean, there's a very thin line between being wrong and being right, and doing something you'll only know it's good or wrong only after you do it. So let's speak up. Let's do what we think is impossible, and you never know who needs to hear what you have to say or what door it might open for you or them. Yes, thank you.
Okay, I think I would say it's better to do something imperfectly than to do nothing flawlessly. Why? Because if you take that step and even if you're not guaranteed of that the success outcome, just give it a chance. Do it imperfectly, because it is those imperfect steps that will shape the perfect results. So let's just take that step, be it boldly or shy. I know today I was very shy coming to this podcast, but the shy is going away. I'm trying my best here. So just take that step, have that courage, to face the fear, to overcome, to remove even the fear, because sometimes fear it's not a bad thing. It's like that flame that tells you no, don't shy it, go in for it. Yeah, so I think that's my say about it.
And now we've come to my favorite segment, the encyclopedia. So share with us. It could be a book, a podcast, or a YouTube of, anything. Especially about courage, taking chances, and just being the best you.
Okay. The book I've read that speaks about this. Okay, I would say it's a book about habits. It's Atomic Habits by James Clear. I don't know if So James Clear doesn't just tell you habits that no, you have to do this daily. He show you the way. He gives you those actionable steps that if you do this, I guarantee you will have this outcome. And then I think habits, if you have some routines, if you have those habits that you keep on doing daily, it is those small invisible steps that shapes the result.
Yes. Well, mine is a podcast. It's called How I Built This by Guy Raz. And this podcast actually talks about real stories from people who took risks and built incredible things from them. So you're being told about real things that have happened to real people. They've taken real risks and have made real incredible things out of them. So yes, make sure to look into it.
All right. Thank you so much, Maeva. Thank you so much, Ayden. Once again, thank you for sharing your stories. Thank you for showing us that it's truly possible to take a chance, and while it's only when you take the chance that you get to excel. I think I'll leave you with that. And one thing I want to quote that was said here is, even as you continue in everything that you're doing, choose courage over comfort. Indeed. It's been right here. You've heard it from us, and you know what we say. This has been your cheat code through life.